Hey everyone, if you know who I am already, I don't need to introduce myself again, but for those of you out there on the internet discovering my channel, hi, my name is Brandon Tate and I'm an amateur musician who records bass covers of songs I learned. This time around, however, I'm doing a different video other than bass covers. I am going to go through today and talk about all the gear I have that I use to make these videos. I was talking with my best friend from high school the other day and we both agreed that it'd be a cool thing to do if I had went through all my gear. I'm not expecting to get a whole lot of hits on this video, but if you happen to stumble across it, or if you're just bored, I hope you enjoy it. I'll start off first by telling you about my headphones. These are the Nakamichi NK780 headphones. They work very well, they have very powerful drivers in them, so the oh so good bass sound that you would expect out of stereo headphones comes through really well. You can pick these up on eBay from anywhere from $10 to $30. I would definitely recommend them, as they're a step above the headphones you might find at a Walmart, and they are good for the price given the $200 headphones that are out there. Next we'll move on to my workstation, aka my computer. Right here I have a what's called a Z-board that's plugged in via USB to my keyboard, and that just functions as a keyboard that I can use with the computer. In terms of what I use to record videos, this is Audacity, for those of you who don't know. I use Audacity mainly to record the audio in my videos, and there are some other softwares that I'll get to in just a second that will can be used to record videos. I'm just not using them at the moment, but Audacity gets the job done for me, and I really enjoy it. Right here, this is my most recent pickup for recording stuff. This is the Scarlett Solo audio interface made by Focusrite, and I really enjoy this because you'll see in my older videos, the only thing I really had to record audio was my camera, and that often picked up a lot of hissing and popping and clipping from my bass being played. So at the suggestion of my friend from high school, I looked up, what could I do to have better recordings, and I went into Guitar Center, watched a couple of reviews on this item, and I was like, I love this. So I gambled on it. It was only $100, but now that I'm getting used to it, I would definitely say it's definitely worth the money. It comes with a input for an XLR cable for your microphones, a gain switch so when you record your videos you can up the intensity of the recording, a line in for a 1/4 inch jack that you can use to plug in your guitar, which is mainly what I'm using, and then you can also put in a set of headphones, or what I like to do is I run my instrument into the interface, and so I can hear what I'm playing, I run it to my bass amplifier, and you can control the volume of that. So what you do, it's not powered by any batteries, so what you can do is just plug it into your computer, and those green lights indicate that you're plugged in and ready to go. Another recent pickup of mine is the Bass Overdrive BOD 400 effects pedal from Behringer. I bought this in order to see if I could replicate these distortion sounds that Tim Comerford of Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine does, and so far I have to say that it doesn't really do that, but it is good for a kind of a synthy crunch that you can throw on your bass, and I would recommend it. The only thing I would say is just be careful with it. It's made of plastic, and the reviews I've read on it say that if you're not careful with it you can break it really easy, which would suck, and maybe that's why it's priced usually at about $25. It comes with a level knob, a high and low boost cut knobs, a gain knob for determining how much distortion you want, and a balance which affects how the signal is processed through your instruments. The other pedal I'm currently using right now is the Boss GEB7 bass equalizer pedal. I really don't use this too much. I'm using it more to boost my highs more than anything right now. I used to use it to boost the lows and cut the highs, and obviously that didn't turn out very well. This is another pedal I recommend, just because of how you can mess with your sound frequencies and all that goodness. This and the Behringer, which I mentioned earlier, do run on a 9-volt battery, and the thing with something to be very careful with in that regard is if you plug something into the input, the 9-volt battery starts running, and if you don't take your cable out, you could easily burn through a 9-volt battery, a good 9-volt battery, within a very short amount of time, which would suck. So as I get this opened up here, I hope you can see that there's the battery and the spring and all that goodness. And then you just tie it back up. This is my amplifier that I'm currently using. It is a Fender Rumble 25 bass amp. It's very good for what I'm doing, which is just playing in my room. I don't play gigs. I haven't played a gig in a long time. But it has several knobs on the top of it. There's a master volume, a overdrive switch, which I don't usually use. I don't think it sounds that great. Equalization on it, and an auxiliary input, and a jack for your headphones. I think this amp, once you get used to it, this amp really does put out good sound. You still just kind of have to toy with everything and see if what's going to work for you and all that. Now we come to where the magic happens. This is my Soundgear by Ibanez SR305 5-string bass. This is the bass I primarily use for almost everything when it comes to recording or just playing around. I bought this bass in the summer of 2015. It was priced somewhere at about $400, I believe, and I only had to pay $100 on it because I turned in some gear or some older basses that I don't have anymore, and I only had to pay $100 to get this one. It comes with an onboard EQ, which is those 3 little knobs in the lower right corner, and a neck bridge pickup balancer, and then a master volume. Next up is my Yamaha RBX 170Y 4-string bass. This bass, unlike my Ibanez, is running on passive pickups. I use this bass mainly for recordings that I do in drop D tuning, so that's DADG. And it comes with there's 2 pickup volumes. There's one for the P bass pickup, one for the jazz bass pickup, and then a tone knob. Next up, we have my Epiphone Embassy 5-string bass. Like the Yamaha I showed earlier, this bass is running on passive pickups. I used to use this bass as my primary bass. I used it through my days in marching band in high school, and it worked out really well until I discovered the Ibanez, and I liked that more. I usually use this bass as of right now for recordings that I do for my second favorite band, which is Limp Bizkit. This bass also runs on passive pickups, and it comes with the similar knobs to the Yamaha, a bridge pickup volume, a neck pickup volume, and a tone switch. And that sums it up. That's all my gear. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe or like, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to make you do that. If you have any questions about any of the gear I use, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And that will do it for today. More bass covers to come. Thanks.